When you're thinking about what DIY you can tackle on your own in your Y62 Patrol, a lot of you guys go to head unit and it's actually pretty difficult to do. What we're going to show you today, and what you would have seen in the thumbnail, is a steering wheel upgrade. This is a very DIY friendly job to do and makes a massive difference in the car, and it feels great. I'll show you what I mean. So here we have yet another 2024 Patrol that is getting our 16-inch head unit, 360 HD cameras, digital dash, and we are doing a steering wheel. Now, the steering wheel doesn't look that bad. It just feels really average. It's very thin and it doesn't feel like, you know, how it should feel in a massive car. You need a nice chunky steering wheel, and this is not it. Here we have the original airbag and the original buttons that control the dashboard and to digital dash, cruise control, media control on the left side, and that is basically your wheel. So before we get into the install, let's go have a look at what we can replace these with. Here we have two aftermarket steering wheels. These wheels use a genuine skeleton for the car, and then they're rebuilt up with the finishes that you want. These are the two most popular wheels that we do. However, if you prefer, let's say, carbon and suede, it can be that. It can be basically whatever you want. So our most common is leather, perforated leather with carbon. Have a look at that. You probably can't tell. Much thicker, much sturdier, with a nice flat bottom down here. And then our other most popular wheel is the same thing, but all leather. Perforated leather, more leather, again, flat bottom right here. And the beauty about these is right in the center, the original airbag is gonna go here. The original buttons are gonna go here. So it's kind of like an OEM plus upgrade where you're keeping the center all original, but you're just upgrading the bits that need to be upgraded, basically. Anyone who's been in a Nissan Patrol will know what I mean about the wheel. On camera, it might not come through. Go sit in one, feel the wheel, you'll know exactly what I mean straight away. So with all of that out of the way, if you want to jump on the website and have a look at those wheels or reach out to us, this is our website, also linked in the description. Let's get into the install. So the first step is disconnecting the negative off the battery. It's very important that we do that because we're working with an airbag. If you've got a TI, go ahead and do that right now. If you've got a TIL, you need to adjust this, which is electric, so the battery needs to be connected. I'm bringing it all the way forward and then all the way down. Now, honestly, you don't really have to do this, but now while we've got the battery disconnected, we can do the digital dash, and we've got plenty of room here. We also put down microfibers, but now we can get this out and not worry about scratching anything. So it's just thinking ahead. This is now down and out of the way. I'll disconnect the negative off the battery, and the very first step after that is taking this out. So for the very first step, we need to take these covers off. There's one on this side, one on the other side. And then inside here, if you look straight up, there's a Torx 30 bit. We're gonna undo that Torx 30 and get it out. That'll release the airbag. Instead of trying to fish this out with a screwdriver, get a magnet tool, because if you drop it in here, it can get lost. Very nice and easy to just get it out with a magnet tool. Once we've got those two Torx 30s out, we can pop this straight off. Once we've got it released, you'll see back here is the airbag plug, and there's a little black clip on it. So we're just gonna pop it up, just like that, and then we can unplug it. Next up, there are a few more connectors in here, so just use your pick tool to disconnect them. 1 and 2, done. That's it. And then all that's left to get this off is a 19mm bolt. If you've got a big Ooga Dooga drill, I'd recommend using that. Now the bolt is out, you might notice the wheel's not dead straight, but if you actually look in the Patrols, they've got a little marking. There we go. So on the wheel, there's a marking, and then on the spline, there's a marking. So you can always line them up. So you don't need to worry about the wheel being dead straight. You can put it straight if you want, but yeah, there's markings there, and there's markings on the new wheel as well. So if you want to ask Santa for your 2 front teeth back for Christmas, all you're going to do is pull back on this, and that wheel is going to come off with a vengeance and knock your front teeth out. So what you need to do is definitely not pull on it. Just give it a little tap-a-tap all the way around. Now you can start light, feel it's still tight, and you might actually have to give it a bit of pressure. And then once you've hit it enough, and yes, you might hurt your hands, it's just the best way to do it. If you get really stuck, you can get a rubber mallet as well and tap it around. Some will come off easy and some are gonna be hard, but either way, we will get it off. And there it is. Before we start, which wheel should I put in our workshop patrol? Carbon leather or full leather? Let me know. I think you guys are gonna pick this one, but drop it in the comments below. So to begin, we're starting on the original steering wheel, and we're gonna be unscrewing these Torx 30s, and we're gonna take this out. Then we're gonna have a few Phillips heads to take out this fuse thing. Then we're gonna take out the button set, and then we're gonna take the backing off. And then once we've got all of that off, we're gonna transplant it over to the new wheel. When you remove this part here, it's actually what controls the horn. So when you press on it, this touches the chassis part of the wheel, and then that creates a circuit and horn goes off. So there are springs that are loaded in underneath these Torx 30 bits. Don't mess them up. Make sure this one stays here, that one stays there, and these two stay where they are. So just keep that in mind, because sometimes when you do the new wheel and you tighten them up, if the springs aren't loaded properly, it'll just be on all the way down, and then you reconnect your battery and the horn goes off its head. With the back off, we can access these 4 Phillips heads, which we can get the button sets out, and then that's pretty much it. We can start building up the new wheel. And now it's just everything we did in reverse. And there it is, ready to go. We've still got that working, and we can now take this back to the car and install it. Okay, wheel is now complete. So all we need to do is run our airbag cable through like this, boom, if you can. And then we're gonna line the spline up to the little cutout on the wheel, and I'll get you a look at that as well. There we go, guys, have a look at this. It is already looking so much better. Buttons are all in. Make sure the buttons all work before you put it back together. I do see people put these back together and the buttons are jammed, because on the screws behind you can move them a little bit. So make sure everything is working, and that's it. Last thing, airbag in, connect the battery, go for a drive, make sure the wheel's dead straight. If it's not, you'll have to adjust it, and that's pretty much the unit done. And the next clip, we'll have a look at it finished. All right, so I just took it for a little drive, and the wheel is dead straight when we're driving, which is exactly what we want. And man, I've got to tell you, this thing feels so good. It really transforms the car. Just not even the looks, from the feel alone. If you're in Victoria, come down to the shop and have a look at our Patrol. Maybe give me a call first so I can make sure the Patrol's actually here, and have a look at one of these wheels, because they are very, very nice. You might see here we have a brand new digital dash. This digital dash is loaded with fault codes, but don't worry about that. It's because this isn't connected, that's not connected. For you DIYers out there, you know, you shouldn't really be turning the car on without the airbag in. I've got an Autel computer, so all of these codes are going to be scanned and removed. Just a quick look at the dash. I know the video is not about the dash. This is our brand new dash. It has a lot more sensors in it, so you can see a lot more of your original car information than every other dash. It is a very nice looking dash. Whoops, I just hit the camera, and everything works as you can see there. You can go through a bunch of different pages. We haven't actually set it up yet. So all we've done is sync the customer's kilometers, and that is it. Just on the steering wheel controls again, you'll see on our 16-inch head unit, all the steering wheel controls are working right there. Cruise control, if we turn it on, you get your little indication on the dash there. Same as the lane assist, everything is working. And oh, it just looks so good. All right, guys, have a look at this. Step in, digital dash, steering wheel, and it's not just how it looks. It's actually how it feels as well. It completely changes the car. I know I've said that multiple times now. Anyway, so this is the digital dash with all the faults cleared, and this is how it looks. It is actually a very, very nice screen display. When you go over, there's a bunch of different pages that you can go through. I actually quite like this screen right here. Like I said, I haven't done any of the settings, so the time is all wrong, that's all wrong. We've just been working on this video for the star of the show. Have a look at that. It looks so much better. And that is pretty much it. This is a very DIY friendly job to do. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And there it is, guys. It is the end of a very hot day. We've got the steering wheel done. It didn't take too long to do. It is very DIY friendly. And if you have any questions about it, drop them in the comments below. The only thing I recommend having is a scan tool, because if you start the vehicle with the airbag out, it will log a code. Not the end of the world, but you do need to clear that code. Other than that, very, very simple job to do. And pretty much that's it. If you want to reach out to us, www.shoptfb.com, fill out the contact form. The team will help you. Like I said, anything else, comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.